Hello and welcome back to Sikich Live number 9. Have you liked and subscribed yet? We are here every Thursday at 2:30 p.m. Central Time, so make sure to sign up for those alerts so you know where we are when we're live. You'll get those notifications from either LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube. Today, we're talking about how the Microsoft Catalyst program turbocharges your digital transformation. So, okay, let's be honest. Does anyone know really what that sentence just meant? Probably not. But today, we have Sikich's very own industry director, Debbie Altum, who's going to tell us about this Catalyst program and this transformational asset to your organization. Hey, Debbie, and welcome back to Sikich Live.
Hi, Michael.
Yes, for those of you who did not see Debbie on our previous Sikich Live show, she was on our introducing our DIY guide, which we hope all of our viewers out there have checked out so far. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, you didn't tell me I was going to prepare for that. Hi, I'm Debbie Altham. I've been at Sikich for 3 years. I love technology. I've worked in technology for most of my life. I have a CPA background somewhere in the deep, dark past. And my role is, I have a number of roles. I do a lot around making sure that Sikich have some really, really good programs that we can bring out and work with our clients on, particularly around industry and building our industry capability and industry strength. Yep.
Awesome. Thanks, Debbie. And once again, I am, if people don't know me, I am Mike DeGeeter, one of our marketing managers here. So glad to be here with you, Debbie, and thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, that's all right. Good subject for the day.
I really think so too. You know, there is always, for years, there's been talk about digital transformation, right? Digital transformation is everything. It's everything that a company needs to be put in a successful position, especially in these times right now, right? It's a little convoluted. If people had started that digital transformation maybe before the pandemic, we'd be at perhaps a much more stable and secure place, don't you think?
Yeah, you know, the funny thing is technologists talk about it, you know, even general media talks about things like digital transformation, and introducing something like the Catalyst program helps us take those digital technologies and make them meaningful to a business, to make them apply to a business. How do I make more money? How do I sell more? How do I reduce my costs? How do I do better? So how do I better service my customers? How do I make my people work together more easily? How do I open up those communication lines?
Right.
And how do I bring new products to the market? And digital transformation isn't really that. It's business transformation, right? It's transforming a business where technology is used as the enabler. Yeah. So, you know, the minute someone starts saying digital transformation, a lot of people turn off because it's sort of abstract. So Catalyst
Yeah.
is so
let's get right into it. What is the Catalyst program?
Yeah, so Catalyst is a structured program that Microsoft have rolled out globally for qualified partners to be able to come to their customers with a structured and standard approach to innovation that helps people plan, build, and then execute on business transformational strategies. So, yeah, it's a structured program that you can take your business through. You start off by doing, blue sky, getting to a point where you build out a plan of action. This is what I see going after my future. Helping you to prioritize and understand where it's best to spend your money on technology. So it's actually the thing that can kickstart your business transformation enabled by digital.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love these types of programs that we've talked about different Sikich lives where, a lot of people just don't know where to begin. And there's these programs that, like Catalyst, that's like, okay, we've discovered a place that you can start, right?
Yeah, and Michael, what happens is everyone knows the story. If all you got's a hammer, everything looks like a nail, right? Right. And that can be the same with software companies. I've got this piece of software, so everything that you need, the software will be able to fix. Right. And Catalyst turns that on its head and puts the customer at the center, customer's business, how they do business, who their customers are, how they see their growth strategy. And it makes sure that everything with regard to an investment in technology is aligned to the success of that business.
Yeah. So is this a Sikich program? Is this a Microsoft program, or perhaps a blend of both?
Well, Microsoft have invested in developing the framework and developing the program. So what we get is we get training, we get guidelines, we get, structured templates and of deliverables. So it makes it really clear the process that we can go down. And when I'm talking to my client about, we're just about to go through the design phase, if they're working with Microsoft, the Microsoft rep knows what a design phase is. We're all talking the same language, and we're all able to see what that process and understand what their process is. So Microsoft have launched this as a program. They've used it already many times with a lot of the larger clients that Microsoft have, and now it's available to qualified partners. We've been through all of the training. We've been through the sessions. We know how to deploy the training, the program, and so now in our hands, Sikich is the enabling partner for a client who wants to go through Catalyst.
Excellent. So how do you enable these digital transformation, or should I say business transformation strategies for companies? And what is that framework?
So this is a real, great. And we've got a moving slide. So
welcome.
So the framework that's used to highlight how transformation is enabled is what Microsoft have called for a long time the digital feedback loop. And the digital feedback loop is about, we all know data's coming from everywhere now. If I'm up there, I'm going to say binging on something and someone's collecting that data, right? Everybody knows someone's collecting that data that I just searched for a new pair of shoes, or I just searched for a new kitchen appliance. So data has been collected. For our manufacturing clients, the machines that they're making, they're going in and they've got chips embedded in them, and it's collecting data about how that machine is being used. At home, I have a thing on my wall that can tell me what temperature it is, and it can regulate the temperature automatically, right? So, and then it's going to my phone, and I can do whatever I want on my phone. So data is flying around everywhere. And the idea about being able to harness that data, so data from my operations, data from my customers, data from my employees, as it says, and data from my products, I can now start collecting all of that data. But data gives me nothing. What I have to do then is overlay that data with intelligence. So Catalyst tries to bring that data in, to help an organization bring that data in, overlay the intelligence, push out changes in behavior, push out technologies, and then continually improve. Read the data again. What does the data say? Was that a good decision? What does the data say? Is my customers moving again in terms of a block? Are their buying behaviors changing? And have I got the way to grab that signal, the customer's buying behavior is changing, bring that back in and make use of that to be able to make data-led decisions? So this really is the framework. What we're doing is we're using the harnessing the digital feedback loop, harnessing the components of it, and bringing out solutions that actually help clients engage better with their customers, be more profitable, be more efficient, have better technologies to make more value of their investment in people, and to transform their products, bring new products to market, create services, products and services, those sorts of things. So that's the framework. We grab that, we look at that, and we say, if an organization is truly optimized digitally, they're really making this feedback loops, work for them. How to do that? We're using the Catalyst framework to do that.
Absolutely. So why use the Catalyst program? And kind of two things to go with that. There's perhaps a lot of other fast track or jumpstart programs that people or companies are putting out right now, and some companies are even saying, we know what we need for our business, we know what we want. What do you say to them, and for why this program is better?
So I think again, what we do is we step back from the technology. So we come across organizations quite often who say, we need a new ERP system. Sometimes when we go in and we talk to them about why they need a new ERP system, we realize through talking to them that there are things that they could do that add so much more value to their bottom line. And these days, the economy is not going so well right now. We have economic uncertainty out there. Where's the best place to put your money? Is there a way to break those projects down, prioritize where you're spending your money so that you hit the really, really impactful things quicker? And with Catalyst, through the process of ideation, human-centered design, we get to a point where we understand where you want to go. And then we make sure we map the technologies to that, and then we can show how the priorities will impact your business.
Absolutely. So within the Catalyst program, what does a typical engagement timeline look like within this program?
Can we throw up the idea framework slide? Just there's really 4 steps. So the very first step is about providing that inspiration. And we've been trained in human-centered design techniques that can get a group of people from an organization together to really pull out some of the really inspirational ideas where their business might go in terms of its enablement with technology. So that's the very first thing. So the first engagement is an envisioning workshop where we do go through and try and, where do we want to be? Where do we think we could be in 5 years' time? The next is a design phase. So that's a step where we go and we actually look at what sort of technology can be aligned to those business goals and objectives. The empower phase is the next phase. So actually on the design phase, the other thing is that we tie that to business value. So we not only identify the technologies, but we do some sort of ROI calculation. We look at, okay, which one's going to bring the biggest bang for the buck? The empower phase is then helping organizations communicate that message and demonstrate that message to everyone else in the company. So we bring them along. It's a really change management. It's about getting the whole organization behind change initiatives. And then lastly, the achieve, which is let's go out and let's work out what software do we need to buy, how much is it going to cost, who are we going to buy it from, and what do those sort of project plans look like to execute at the end of the process. So taking you all from one end all the way to this is the plan of action, this is where we're going, this is our roadmap.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, excellent. So what do next steps look like, really? Where do we go from here? Where do you get started with the program? Could you tell us a little bit
Okay, so in terms of getting started, really outreach, qualified Microsoft have a group of qualified partners, people who understand what the process is like. I'd suggest looking and talking to partners that have some level of industry background that can bring a little bit extra value add. At Sikich, for example, I do a lot of work in the industrial equipment manufacturing space. So that means I've really got my finger on the pulse, or should have my finger on the pulse, on what the leaders in industrial equipment manufacturing are doing today. You know, how they are doing things like equipment as a service, for example, how they're using sort of data and AI, how they're using augmented reality. So given that I live and breathe in that market often, I can bring a lot more in terms of solutions. I understand what that industry is looking for. So what I'd suggest is go out, find a Catalyst certified partner, approach Microsoft and find out someone to work with, and ask for someone who can bring that industry flavor, so you don't have to train them about what's important for your industry before you start.
Absolutely. Excellent. Well, thanks so much, Debbie. I learned a ton about this program, and I'm excited to see where it goes and how many different companies find business transformational solutions through this program.
Right.
So thank you so much for being here today on your second Sikich Live. I am looking forward to you for number 3. So hopefully. And again, we do have, I mentioned this last week, but we do have a new Salesforce Live. So I know we just talked a little bit about Microsoft, but Sikich also supports Salesforce as well. So we'll have that Sikich Live coming up starting this Tuesday, August 4th at 2 o'clock Central Time. You can find us again on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook. And then we have another ERP Live next week, Thursday at 2:30, the same time as this one is every week. That'll be our 10th one there. So thanks so much, everyone, for joining. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next week. Bye. Thanks, Debbie.